After 8 long years, it's finally here. We finally have a brand new Switch 2. So I've been looking forward to this since they officially announced it. I got my pre-order in and it has now arrived. So today we're going to have a quick unboxing video and a little bit of a first impressions as well. But don't you worry, there is a lot of Switch 2 content coming to the channel. So please do make sure to like and subscribe and make sure that you are ready for all sorts of fun stuff. And comment down below if there's anything specifically you want me to take a look at. But anyway, let's get into the unboxing. I do have my original Switch here and my Steam Deck for comparisons, because I feel like these are the two things that most people are going to be comparing it against. They've both got LCD screens. One is very small and thin, one is very large and quite fat. So let's have a look at it. Let's get it unboxed. So like I said, got the Switch and the Steam Deck here to compare it, but this is the Switch 2 itself, specifically the one with the Mario Kart World download code with it. I do also have the camera and an SD card, Express SD card, whatever they're called, and a few other games coming as well. So there's lots to look at, but today we're just looking at the console itself. So let's get into it and check it out. I did see that the seal was actually already broken on this. So this one came from Curry's in the UK. So Curry's, what you doing? It's a bit ominous, but anyway, let's get into it. So that just comes off as a sleeve, advertising everything that's in it, and this is kind of the box itself. All the legal gubbins around there, some information around the sides, and kind of the contents as well. But anyway, that's not what you're here for. You're here to actually have a look at it. So let's do just that. And right on the top, here we go. We have, it's a bit dirty in here actually as well. Currys, where have these come from? A little bit suspicious, but anyway, the actual unit itself, here it is, and wow, that is quite a bit larger than the original Switch, if we can get them both in frame. Yeah, it is a decent bit bigger of a screen. As far as the deck goes, it is, screen-wise, it's bigger as well. Yeah, this is cool. I like this already off the bat. So along the top, we have our volume and power button. We have our vents, a USB-C port, headphone jack, and the memory card, the game card. Sorry, not memory card. The game card slot in there. We've got our connectors for the Joy-Cons along each side. They're color-coded. Interesting to see the longevity of these kind of bits that are sticking out a bit. It's flush with the case, so if you like drop it, it's not going to break, but yeah, nonetheless, interesting. Along the bottom, we have another USB-C port. This is one of the things I absolutely love that they've done, because it means you can either plug it into the bottom to charge if you're docking it, or you can plug it into the top to charge if you're having it handheld and you don't want a cable bending underneath. That is very cool. A couple of air intakes or speaker grills, not sure, and the Switch 2 kickstand, which is obviously significantly improved over the original Switch, which just had the little flip out bit there, and you've got your micro SD Express card slot down here as well, and that has got quite a nice rigidity to it. Like, it's quite stiff to move. You can have it at any angle that you like. Yeah, I like that a lot. Very, very cool. So what else do we have here? Well, we've got our Joy-Cons. Let's have a look at these. Again, they're a bit dirty. What was going on, Currys? Where has this been stored? But nonetheless, yeah, this is a bit bigger. Definitely feels good in the hand. If we take a look at the original Joy-Con, if I can get it. Take a look at the original Joy-Con, you can see that this just feels a lot more grown up. This is very small, although it does fit still quite nicely in the hand. This one definitely feels a lot more comfortable to hold. It's got a nice extra kind of bump on the back there to wrap your finger around. Bigger space. The joystick itself is bigger. Just generally feels more adult, more upgraded, more mature. That's the word I'm looking for. I like that though. I like that a lot. And now of course, the most important bit, the connection mechanism. How does that work? So for those that don't know, on the original Switch, you slide into the rail, the Switch, and then there's a button on the back and you slide it back off. So these rails can definitely get worn, they get loose. Mine isn't too bad, but there's definitely some give. You can kind of see there from years of use. But these are magnetically attached. So we literally just, and it clicks into place. And then there is still kind of a button on the back, which you pull away from the machine and it just pulls it off. But that is very, very satisfying and really, really strong. Like that is not coming off there without pulling in that trigger there, which basically you do that and it pops it out and off it comes. And basically it's just pushing in that little nub there, if you can see, which kind of pushes the controller away from the console. Yeah, I like that. Very satisfying. And then of course you've got the other side as well, the left hand Joy-Con in blue, which we just connect up there. And I will say that it just feels a bit more mature, like the muted kind of little bit of color around them. Otherwise it's black. Obviously they're going to bring out a billion different color ways over the next few years. It's Nintendo, they always do. But it just, this kind of feels a lot more sleek. It definitely feels more Steam Deck like than the original Switch in that regard. And yeah, this is very, very nice. Now before I play with that, let's have a look at what else we get in the box. So here's our Nintendo code, which I will have already used before this video goes live, so haha, you can't use that. A little instruction manual. We've got a ultra high speed spec HDMI cable, which, okay, sure, brilliant. That's another HDMI cable. We have a billion of those. Then we have these adapters that you clip on to the Joy-Cons, and then you can use the Joy-Con as a mouse, which is very cool. And also it's got the wrist straps as well, so if you're doing dance games and flinging your hands around, these will keep it safe. Further down in the box we have our adapter to turn it into a controller. Personally, I just never really use these. I just hold the Joy-Cons. I don't know about you, but yeah, never really felt the need to use this. Kind of doesn't sit well in my hand. This one is no different to the original, really, in that regard. I don't quite remember how that was even in there, but whatever. We've then got quite a weighty charger brick here, single USB-C, but it is up to a 60-watt charging brick, so that's pretty juicy. Good quality, good weight to it. I like that. And along with the HDMI cable that we have a million of, we also get another USB-C cable, which once again, we have a million of, but still useful for some people, I'm sure. And then in here, I'm guessing, yep, is our Switch 2 dock itself. This has been quite heavily upgraded from the original. We've got the support for 4K. I actually quite like that the whole back just comes off. On mine, the flap that flapped down is broken anyway, and that was quite a weak point for it. So yeah, I quite like this. You've got LAN, you've got HDMI, and you've got USB-C. So yeah, it's kind of does what it says. Oh, and then you've got two USB-As on the side here for accessories. There's also a fan in here to keep, I believe it's just to keep the internals of the actual adapter cooler. I assume because when you're running at 4K, you're drawing a lot more power. These components get a bit warm, so they decided to add a fan to the dock itself as well. So sure, why not? And we'll have a look in more detail at that at a later date. But yeah, there we go. So let's get this all cleared away and let's have a look at the Switch itself. So we are going to do an in-depth comparison video between these three later on, but just initially, so you can kind of get an idea, the very similar thickness to the original Switch, but it's definitely quite a bit larger in kind of every dimension. It feels heavier as well. I would say it's still a very comfortable size, and actually in the hand it still feels very, very thin compared to the Steam Deck. So if we look at the Steam Deck over here, it is significantly thinner than the Steam Deck. even if you look at kind of the thinnest part of the deck, it is still definitely thinner. You've got the big chunky kind of shoulders there, which do hold very nice in the hand. So that's one thing that I feel like maybe this could have benefited from, is a little bit more hand grip here. I think long gameplay sessions, that might start to hurt a little bit and might start to kind of fatigue. More grip there might be good. Those Joy-Cons are really solid though, really happy with that. In terms of weight, the deck is definitely heavier, at least to the touch. So the Switch 2 kind of sits in the middle ground where it's definitely bigger and heavier than the original Switch, but it's lighter than the deck. So considering we have some titles that, like Cyberpunk, that play on both, it's going to be interesting to see what performance is like between the two, and could this become kind of my go-to handheld. All right, let's get this thing powered on for the first time. Of course, as with all these sorts of screens, immediately a fingerprint magnet. There is also a screen protector on this. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick that up, but you can just kind of see it at the corners. But you are advised not to remove that, and I won't be, and I will actually be putting another screen protector on top of it. So anyway, the reason why you're actually here, let's get this turned on. Ooh, those speakers are nice. Go through the setup, yeah. I will say instantly, this feels a lot more responsive than the original Switch. That was one of my biggest hopes. Wasn't really worried about it having a massive upgrade. Let me just turn that down a little bit. Wasn't too worried about it having a massive upgrade in terms of spec, really. But what I wanted is just smoothness to be severely improved, because the Switch was already starting to get a bit laggy. Let's get my Wi-Fi done. And now it's going to do a update. So yeah, there is a day zero update for this. You do have to connect it to the internet first time you go to use it, because basically that's how they've prevented people getting these early and being able to use them, is basically disabling a lot of the features with a day zero update to fix it. Which I think is quite a good thing. It means that they can make sure that people get them on time, and there's less of a worry about units arriving early. Mine didn't. Mine arrived when it was supposed to, but still, yeah, I like that as an idea, really, to prevent people having early access, but also meaning people will get it on time because you haven't got to worry about if the units do arrive early. So these are just your kind of instruction guides on how to use the different features, which is cool. Okay, so it wants me to detach so that it knows. Oh, I think as well it was telling me to use the kickstand. So let's do that now. We can move to any kind of sizing we want, and now we can kind of hold them. So yeah, this, when I just use my Switch, I tend to just hold the Joy-Cons like this, or use a Pro controller. I don't tend to use the dock thing, but we'll worry about that, and we're going to worry about that later as well. And we can continue, and now we can do our update. And that's the update complete. Ah, interesting. So you can actually transfer data from another Switch to the Switch 2 console. I don't really have anything on here that I want to keep, to be completely honest. It's a little bit like most of my save to be bluntly honest, I haven't really touched this thing in at least a year. I've kind of kept it around, but I just don't use it. So I'm not really attached to any of the game saves or anything that's on here. And yeah, this will be going away in replace for this, something shiny new. I was just getting really frustrated with how much it lagged. And to be honest, it was just easier for me to grab the Steam Deck. So yeah, not going to worry about the system transfer at all. I'm also going to see if I can reattach these and hold it here so you can get a better view. So we won't transfer system data. We can add a user and sign into our Nintendo account, which we'll do. And there's a QR code to scan to do it. I like this being as an option, to be honest, because my Nintendo account is already saved on my phone, so not having to re-enter everything on a touch screen is just is just nice, to be completely honest. And then we just have to enter a verification code to confirm that we are who we say we are, I guess, but there we go. And we are added. So it's pulling in our user data, and we can skip. We don't need to add any more users. We don't need to set up parental controls. It tells you about inserting an express memory card, which we're not going to do for now, and we can press home. And here we go. We are onto our home screen. That was smooth. I really think as well that those speakers, they're nice. They are crisp. I'm really happy with that. You've got game share, all the normal kind of stuff you kind of expect. Like, this is an upgraded interface, but it's not wildly different from the original Switch. Like, if we look at the original Switch, okay, mine's in dark mode, but they are, very similar, just slightly different. So yeah, no real worries there in terms of learning a new UI or something. Cool. So I'm going to get some games installed, specifically Mario Kart, and have a quick play of that. So this was interesting. I was just redeeming my Mario Kart game, and then I was trying to download it onto the console. Because of this whole virtual cart thing, which was kind of introduced when they announced the Switch 2 and is backwards on here as well, I actually have to update my Switch 1 because it's set as my primary console and the system can't communicate, I guess. I don't know, but that is interesting to kind of keep that in mind, that you may well actually need to do that. And that's going to take about 20 minutes to download. Don't you just love virtual games? Yeah, so I'm not going to kind of include that in this video, but we're definitely going to have a look at it in a full review and deeper dive. So yeah, that's my first look at the Switch 2. So the big questions, yeah, what are my thoughts so far? Well, I love the screen. It's bigger, it's vibrant, it's nice. Yeah, it's not OLED, but I don't actually have an OLED handheld. They're all LCD anyway, so I don't feel like I'm missing out. I really like the size. It feels good in the hand. I feel like it could have more hand kind of grippiness, just like the deck, but otherwise it is really good. It feels like a mature evolution of the original Switch, and that's exactly what I wanted. Didn't want something drastically different, but something that is crisper, more powerful, smoother, and it will definitely be interesting to see how games run on here. So I'm going to get this thing loaded up, and I'm going to be filming a bunch more content. So please do comment down below if there's anything that you would like to see. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again for another video very, very soon. Bye for now.